I'm sure you're all familiar with the phrase, right place, right time. This movie right here is living proof of that. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet another brand new movie review over here on my channel, and as always, I thank you all so much for stopping by. And I hope you enjoy your stay, because this is yet another installment in the Marvel Studios playlist, guys. I have had such a great time looking back at all these films and the build-up to all these new releases in Phase 4. We're getting right down to the wire, because this time around we're looking at Ant-Man and the Wasp, the sequel to a very fun film from 2015 that screamed Edgar Wright, but this one was once again directed by the very capable Peyton Reed, and Paul Rudd returns as Scott Lang, who is on house arrest because of his status during the events of Civil War. And Lang is eventually approached by Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym once again, and Lang must don the Ant-Man suit one more time and fight alongside the Wasp. And this urgent mission soon leads to secret revelations from the past as the dynamic duo finds itself in an epic battle against a powerful new enemy known as Ghost. And just a reminder, guys, as per with all this Marvel talk on the channel, this video will contain some spoilers, so just in case you haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, you've been fairly warned. So in case you missed it, I really loved the first Ant-Man film. Similar to Guardians, I really feel like this character brought a lot of much needed humor to this universe. And it's a unique kind of humor I'm talking about. The first film from 2015 was a good old-fashioned heist comedy thriller, and Ant-Man and the Wasp is fairly similar in style and in tone. Clearly because Peyton Reed is once again in the director's chair, and I think he's a lot better director than people give him credit for. I think he does an excellent job once again helming this movie, and I gotta really commend the filmmakers here because these visuals are marvels to behold. Pun absolutely intended there. And that's especially in regards to the de-aging technology that they started to use here, and you'll notice it with scenes involving Michael Douglas and Laurence Fishburne. This technology is staggering here. And the visual style overall in this film is really quite fun. This movie really likes playing off of the surprise reveal that Scott Lang can turn into giant 65-foot tall Ant-Man in the suit, and it plays around with the size factor to varying degrees with these action sequences and the really fun climax on Fisherman's Wharf. Yeah, Fisherman's Wharf, Bay Area represent! And there's also one really funny sequence in an elementary school. On a rewatch, I completely forgot about it, and I died. I died laughing. The comedy in this movie, much like the first film, is once again awesome. Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas have a lot of clever jibes at one another, just like in the first film. And Michael Peña as Luis, once again, absolutely stealing the show here. And he does so in a sequence I can only call the truth serum scene with Sonny Birch. I mean, just to the editing, the actors involved, the way Luis is telling these stories, just nailed it. Every last bit of it, nailed. In addition, I actually think Ant-Man and the Wasp adds a lot more heart that I think was kind of missing from the first film in some ways. Scott Lang's relationship with adorable little Cassie, for example, is so great. I love the adventures they go on together towards the beginning of this film. You guys know what I'm talking about. Scott Lang's on house arrest and he's trying to entertain Cassie the only way he knows how. An action-adventure sequence in a cardboard fort. That's Scott Lang for you. And I also really loved Michelle Pfeiffer in this film, and her whole angle in this is Janet Van Dyne, Hope's mother and Hank Pym's former partner. She was lost in the quantum realm for most of this movie. And that's explored a lot more here for very good reasons, because the quantum realm is extremely important in Avengers Endgame. It is extremely important in Avengers Endgame, and we'll get to that very soon. But as I've alluded to, all this acting is very good. To me, Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas are the two standout performers in this. There's one scene involving Paul Rudd where Scott Lang basically connects with another character's mind through psychedelic ways, and golden. Again, absolutely golden. And my issues with this movie aren't exactly with the actors themselves, but I feel like this script was kind of presenting them in ways that really still rub me the wrong way. Don't get me wrong, this script is still extremely funny, I just feel like there's a couple things in here that I can't look past as weaknesses. First of all, I'd like to talk about Walton Goggins as Sonny Birch. This is another excellent actor. I mean, you've seen him in some Tarantino projects like The Hateful Eight. He definitely proves he's more than capable in other projects, but in this movie, he doesn't really get a whole lot of new to work with, because you'll never believe what this villain is. You guessed it, the man in the suit. I mean, for God's sakes, I thought we had gotten rid of this guy years ago. You all know I hate that cliche with a fiery passion. But even then, the other main villain, Ghost, in this movie, I mean, this is a good performance, and the design around her is really cool. She's just so forgettable. And the last thing I'll say is this. I, for one, am absolutely all about the girl power element. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp is freaking awesome. To me, though, this really felt like more of a showcase movie for her. And that's all at the expense of Ant-Man, who, after being very sneakily intelligent with street smarts in the first film, here he just comes off like the village idiot now. Like, what the heck happened? This movie is called Ant-Man and the Wasp, as in both of them, and not just about the latter. I don't know, guys. Maybe that's just me nitpicking, but this is still Marvel. This is still a really, really fun time. I still find myself getting invested in this humor and these performances, and I'm really digging these fights. And sometimes that's all you can really ask for. I'm gonna give Ant-Man and the Wasp a B-. As I alluded to towards the top of this video, this movie is completely harmless fun, and it was released in the right place at the right time, right after Avengers Infinity War. After we were just all depressed by the ending of that film, we needed some fun back, and this movie certainly brought it. But does that mean it holds up as well as a solo film compared to its predecessor? To me, I don't think so, but it's still a perfectly passable and enjoyable watch. As per tradition, of course, you gotta stay tuned for those after credits scenes, especially pay closer attention to the one at the mid-credit mark, because it plays directly into what Scott Lang's gonna be going through in Avengers Endgame. Yet another one I cannot wait to talk about. But before we get to that one, we got one more to go, Captain Marvel, so look forward to that review very, very soon, as well as all this other exciting content involving cinema and all things entertainment, guys. If these topics sound appealing to you, definitely consider hitting that big ol' subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can, because it is free. It would really, really help out the channel if you did so. And I'll tell you what, if you also click that notification bell right next to it, you guys will also be the first ones to know anytime I upload a new video over here. And be sure to leave a thumbs up on your way out if you enjoyed the review. That would be awesome. And feel free to let me know down in the comments below, what did you guys think of Ant-Man and the Wasp? Do you agree with my opinions? Do you not? Let's discuss all of your thoughts further, because I really do love making these videos for you guys, and I love continuing that discussion with you, because you guys are so, so awesome. I want to thank you all again so much for your support of the channel up to this point. It really, really does mean the world. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!